Hi there everyone! Today we have a different kind of video. I will share with you a few things that I do behind the scenes that I usually don't show on camera, and that help me a lot. It's like organizational and tips and tricks. It's a video with a mishmash of everything. One of the first things that I did this year was I gathered all of my holiday cards because I'm not going to use them anymore and I put them all together. I also went through my entire stash of dies, stamps and everything. I put them to the side and I gather everything. I need to buy a bin to put them into, but for now I just have the cards like this in a pile, and the supplies, they will be in a plastic bag. I'm going to show it to you here in a second. All I'm going to do is go through my whole stash. I have everything I brought over to Brazil into one cupboard, so it's not that much. And I'm going to gather everything that I didn't use, like snowflakes or poinsettias, all my stamps, all my dies, all my stencils, embossing folders that are heavily Christmas or holiday inspired that I know I'm not going to use anymore. I'm going to put them all together and put them somewhere else that it's not my cupboard. That is going to give me some space to go through my other things easily. I know I'm not going to use these anymore until I have to make any other Christmas cards. If you make Christmas cards all year long, this probably won't help you. But at least I know I have them all together. Also, if I have to make a card, I don't have to go through them anymore. They are all already grouped together and I know where to find them. This will also save me a lot of time because every time I have to go through my supplies to look for something, I don't have to go through these Christmas supplies that I'm not going to use anymore. That saves me time and it also gives me some extra room. And as I said, if I need them, I know where they are. They're all together. Now for my second tip, I suggest you to buy the fine nozzle glue bottles. Move your glue into these ones. You can change the size according to your needs. If I could find a bigger bottle, I would definitely use a bigger bottle and just the fine tip, the fine nozzle. But this is the biggest one I found when I bought them first. There are bigger ones available in the market. And also if you are shopping for one, make sure that the nozzle of the bottle, the kind of the neck of the bottle where the nozzle screws onto, if you have the chance to pick and choose one that is not that narrow. As you can see here, some bottles like this Gina K Connect Glue one, they already have a very fine nozzle, but still the metallic one is way finer, and because of that your glue lasts longer. You end up using way less glue than you would normally do. These are the two main types of glue that I use. It's a white one that is quick grab, and then I have the clear one that doesn't warp the paper. The reason I use two of them is because I do use them under two different circumstances. This one, the white one, is the one that I do use the most, especially if I have to glue smaller things, smaller areas. But the other one for big panels, big card panels, or for construction like boxes or scrapbooks, that's my preferred one. But the clear one doesn't really work if you're gluing something to surfaces that are not cardstock. For example, metallic cardstock or glitter cardstock, then they don't really adhere as well. The glue doesn't adhere as well to those surfaces. To refill, it's very easy. You can just unscrew the top of your bottle, remove that lid, that kind of silicone lid that covers the tip of the nozzle, and then use your bigger bottle and just pour it in there. This Connect glue bottle is so tiny and the glue is so rich and thick, it keeps clogging the neck of my bottle. So I have to keep stopping and bumping it on my hand, or you're going to see me bumping it onto the desk in a minute to unclog it so I can pour some more. You see that I don't have that same problem with the other one because it's more runny, it's more liquid. So once you're done, just put the cap back on and the lid, and make sure that you always have the lid back on. That's gonna prevent it from clogging. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with the clear glue bottle, but before I just saw that there is some dry glue that it's stuck to the neck. I'm gonna remove that because that makes it easier for me to put the cap back on and for the glue to work in general. And this one, I can actually sometimes hold it very steady and get one continuous stream of glue, like a string. That's what it looks like to me. And then when that happens, because the glue doesn't touch the sides of the neck, the inside of the neck, that won't clog it. So if you can keep it coming like that. You see that it's way easier. If you do, just bump it a little bit. I'm gonna burst those bubbles with the piercing tool. And then once I'm done, I'm gonna wipe this one with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol. I'm gonna talk about this one a little bit later, and I'll show you in detail. And I'm gonna rub also the top of my bottle, close it all, and then it's ready to use. Wiping it and removing the excess here will just help it so that leftover glue doesn't dry and interferes with the bottle, with the screwing and unscrewing of the top, the cap, and so on. If you remember to always have the cap on after you use, they shouldn't clog. But if they do, I'll show you here in a second. The next tip is exactly how to unclog it. This is usually how I store my supplies on my desk, my most used ones. I have this metal cup where I put all of my most used tools, and here I have a magnet, and on this magnet I have a needle and a pen, and I will use one of those to unclog the tip of my nozzle glue of my glue bottle in case it gets stuck. It's very quick and easy to do. Just remember to wipe it off once you finish using it, once you finish unclogging it. Again, so the glue doesn't dry because it hardens and then you might not be able to insert that needle in anymore. Now, this is my next tip. If you have a magnet that came with your stamping platform, you could use that magnet with your metal ruler to pick up metal pieces or small dies that you lose in your desk in the middle of your scraps, pieces of paper, or even your die cuts. And sometimes you lose them, you can't find them, and this way you can find them very, very easily. It will pick up anything. I am also very clumsy when I craft, and all the time with everything in life really, and I drop them on the floor quite often, and sometimes I can't see them. I can find them on the floor, and if you just hover the ruler with the magnet on the tip, that will pick it up for you. Now for my next tips, let's talk about dry adhesive. You've seen me doing this several times in many of my videos before. When I have to cut double-sided adhesive and I don't want it to stick on my scissors, onto my scissors, I will just save that backing from the ones that I use most, like big pieces, and I'm gonna double it up, and then I can cut it without any of the adhesive transferring to the scissors. Do that all the time. Instead of the backing, you can use parchment paper, but I do save all those backings together, and they're very handy. If you want to clean and remove adhesive from hard surfaces, from your stamping blocks, or from any of your metallic accessories like scissors, piercing tools, all you need to do is grab a piece of microfiber cloth and some rubbing alcohol, which we used before. Here I'm showing you like how much gunk I actually have on my stamping blocks. I do have a little bit of adhesive as well on my scissors because sometimes I do forget to grab my pieces of the backing and add them before I cut. I'm in a hurry and I just use the scissors and that's it. So they do transfer a lot. The other thing that you see that you transfer is sometimes you buy a die set and they come stuck in an adhesive in the packaging, and once you run it through your die cutting machine, that adhesive will transfer from the back of your die to your plates, and alcohol will remove all of that. And it's quite simple, quite easy. So you just need to transfer a little bit of the alcohol onto your microfiber cloth and then just swipe it, and most of the times you have to do it like once or twice and it all comes off. And a random side tip that I'm gonna give you is that apparently rubbing alcohol is also great for cleaning mirrors. You use it with newspapers. Yeah, I've tried it a couple of times and it actually worked very great. You try it out, you let me know if it works for you as well. So here I'm showing you on the scissors, there is a bit of glue there, and all you need to do is swipe it a few times and it all comes off. And that glue, that adhesive on your scissors will prevent your scissors from cutting properly. You will feel like they have gone blunt. Sometimes all you need to do is actually clean them and they will cut perfectly once again. I wanted to share a quick video because I have some medical exams and I don't know how I'm gonna feel afterwards. But if everything goes well, I will see you soon with a video about making a box, a gift box. I hope these tips will be useful to you. They do save me a lot of time and money. Happy crafting. Thank you. Bye.